So today I'm going to give you 6 tips on how to mix a live recording. I've done a lot of live sound in my time. I work predominantly for a local blues bar in Newcastle, and I've recorded there myself. I've also been recorded there in the band that I play in, and I wanted to give you some tips on how to mix a live recording. I still mix live sound, and I take that approach into mixing my live recordings. So by live recording, I mean whether you've got a band in the same room, whether you're recording a band at a gig, whether you're recording a recital, anything like that. These tips are things that I use when I mix live recordings of bands. Tip 1. Understand exactly what medium the song is going to be used for. If it's just being used for a Spotify release, great. If it's being used to overlay onto a music video, great. Those two options give you lots and lots of ways that you can mix the track. You can actually make it the best it can be. If you're going to be using it for 2 or 3 camera angles, showing whole stages, you have to be a little bit more sympathetic into what you're doing and how you're processing those sounds. It may be that you need to mix this song 2 or 3 times to cover all of those. If someone's producing a live album and they want to accompany with that a concert video, realistically you're going to be mixing that song twice. One for the album and then one for the music video. Tip 2. Think about panning. So if I'm watching a concert video and I see the drummer go for a big cymbal crash and it's on my left hand side, but I hear the cymbal crash on the right hand side, I know that the mixer hasn't given any real thought into where he's positioning all of those instruments within the stereo field and how I'm going to receive that when I'm watching the concert. It's still fairly common to have bass guitar and vocals and everything still down the middle, but if you've got backing singers, make sure you push them to the sides of the stage that they're stood on. Make sure you're trying to capture visibly what's going on the stage. Be sympathetic with your panning. Tip 3. Try not to overly control your bleed, because you're recording this band on a stage. It's probably going to be billed as a live song. You expect to hear all of that stuff. If it's just being released as a song, great, you can control your bleed. But think about the medium that you're trying to apply it to. Always think about the medium. Tip 4. Don't over-process your signals. This is something I see quite a lot on live recordings. You want to try and make everything sound as natural and in the space as you possibly can. Don't go adding 7 compressors to the lead singer. Think about how you're bussing everything. Try and take an approach that you would if you were mixing live sound. Think about what you've got on a live mixer channel strip, whether that be digital or analog. So you've got your gain. Don't try and push it too hard, don't let it clip. You'll have your EQ section, you'll have your compressor section. I try and limit all of my mixing down to exactly having very simple control over my signals. It may be that I need to put 2 compressors on the lead vocal because I just need to do a little bit of serial compression just to make it sound the best it can do. But I will not go mental and I will not have loads of buses. I probably won't have lots of parallel compression buses. I won't have lots of parallel EQ buses. I may have one for the drums and I may have one for the guitars, but that'll be it. I won't do too much. Trying to keep it sympathetic to the environment and the performance they were given at the time. Tip 5. Following on from the last point, apply suitable effects. If you've got a band that the music video is filmed in a small room, you don't want acres and acres of Taj verb on everything because it won't sound like it's supposed to be in that space. You need to be sympathetic to the recording as it was made. Hopefully you'll have some room mics and you can use those and you can send those to a bit of reverb just to thicken everything up. But you don't want to go mental, start applying 6 or 7 delays to everything, lots of reverbs, and then you're sending it off to lots of parallel, weird and wonderful flangers, phasers and mental stuff like that. Try and keep it relevant to the space that you're trying to mix the band in. Tip 6. Boost crowd noise in appropriate places. Beginning the ends of tracks, try and get your crowd mics your trash mics, whatever mics that you've got that have got crowd noise on, make sure that you bring those in and take them out in appropriate places in the track. So if you've got a heavy song and it goes to a really chilled out break section, just a couple of dB, just boost the crowd noise just to make it feel like you're in that space with those people. Boost it at the beginning, boost it at the end. I always have a little bit of crowd noise on. I just think it sounds better. I think it makes me feel like I'm in the band, in that room, watching them play. So that's it. That's my 6 tips on how to mix a live recording. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. There might be a big thing here. See you later.